about set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. They'll run for the first time with Tyler Bidet. They'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on second down. Now, this defense for the Lions, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are. How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Let's go now. Cougar 19. Go.
To throw now. Here's Sanders. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here we go. Here we go. Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready.
Here's Sanders. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
On 1st and 10, here's Irvin. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You talk about this Lions defense against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? But what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create a night?
That one out wide and intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now, on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
After the interception, here's Goff. A short one here, caught by McBride. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Joey Sly on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Second and 10.
Get it. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Sanders. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now they'll audible to something else. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Ready? 18 Cardinal.
They'll go with a keeper. And looking for a lane, but none to be found for Sanders as they stop him short of the line to gain.
Press all 80. Go. 70 Lions.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Cowboy 80.
And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay. Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Lions will take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
180. 4 now.
Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking that time for Jameson Williams, but it's going to be 2nd down. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
180.
Now gone. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. They only needed a couple, but the blocking was good, and, of course, you can't tamp him down when he gets past that line of scrimmage.
No, and guess what? Not only were they physical at the point of attack, they executed so well. That's what you have to do in short yardage situations. Everyone has to be in the right spot, taking on a defender to give him the chance that they did, and he's a full advantage of it.
The Lions at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. They're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
180.
Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 16. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the 2nd quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. And it's caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jameson Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Unable to corral him. It fights through. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
On the jump.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Let's go.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Nike 18.
From the gun, it's Shedeur. That's caught. Emeka Egbuka. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 12.
70 Rangers.
Throwing, Sanders. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Blood. Black 20. Ric Flair.
Goff now looking to throw. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Panther 11. Panther 11.
Sanders to throw. Looking middle, and he's got Ibuka. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Third and 12.
Get it. 19 Charger, 19 Charger, 19 Lions. Ready.
Now Sanders. And that is incomplete.
So many times we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now it's gone. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Now Goff. Wide open receiver complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Detroit Lions, first down. Hold on. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing again is Goff. Open man, that's too strong. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll run with Gibbs. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Off the option, that's complete. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown taking it in. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
And he returns this to the 22.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Oh, he's got Ibuka. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 36 yards on the play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Godwin, the motion man.
Ready.
To throw is Sanders. It's caught at the 10. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Emeka Ibuka in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And that's going to be short of the landing zone. It doesn't make it there, so that means the ball's going to come out to the 40. Now a give to Gibbs, running left. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. He'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5.
Get it. 70, Timberwolf. 18, Pioneer.
Operating from the gun, Sanders. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long game or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And this throw will be intercepted.
And the Lions are going to have it here just past the 25. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. No doubt about it, a really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And this will wind up a Lions first down as he gets it up past the 35.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now Goff going to fake the jet sweep and the handoff and look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Detroit Lions, first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Goff. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Slide for the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score Lions 28, Buccaneers 10. Jack Fox to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And this is what we're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
60 Bobcats! 60 Bobcats!
They'll look to throw here on first down. And this will be incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Stephanie! 1918!
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
60 Bison! 60 Bison! 7 Pirates! 7 Pirates!
And they just did not get the snap away in time. So that flag will set them back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
19 Charger! 19! Mustang 19!
To throw again, here's Sanders. To the left side, he gets this one to Ibuka. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
16 yards.
Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
At the 47-yard line.
Back to throw again. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
So it looks like they stalled some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Here we go. Tabby Lions. 18 Cardinals. 18 Cardinals.
To throw now, here's Sanders. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
14, 180.
Goff now looks to throw. Finds Gibbs on the check down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and
4. Black 20. Shell. DC. Hold on.
Again, Goff. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Goff throwing again. And he's got it. Touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff. And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Kickoff for the Lions.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Ready? Set. Bronco 80. Ready, ready.
Here's Sanders. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Lions. Warriors 70.
Throwing, Sanders. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
What's that?
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Back to throw, Goff. He's got it complete to Gibbs. There'll be a gain of just a yard. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
That's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Play action. It's Goff. Got St. Brown running the quick slant here. And he is going to have the Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Gibbs straight ahead. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Like 20.
Another run for Gibbs here. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. CD, it's all window dressing at this point, and the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
60. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Sanders to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
60 Mavericks. Panther 11. Panther 11. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10.
Here we go. 70 Timberwolves. Ready.
Now Sanders. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
60 Vikings.
Sanders once more. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Second and 6.
Panther 60. Panther 60. 79 Broncos. Warriors 70.
From the gun, it's Shedeur. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Ready? 70 Lions. Cats, 65. Buffalo 18.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, We take a break.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Lions.
Take it.
Go.
They'll go. Here's Sanders. Open man is Ibuka. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10.
Cougar 19. Dragon 60. 18 Pioneer. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Ready?
To throw is Sanders. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin.
On the move.
It's a gain of 18.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Buccaneers, first down.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Going up top. And this is caught. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Just a formality now, but here's the extra point. And it's good, but it's also of little consequences. This game is over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Lions, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.